Okay, so we're back. Thanks for stopping by again. Okay, I dropped my marker there. All right, so here we are finishing up the actual listing presentation. Now, as you recall from the last lesson, what we talked about was the actual CMA presentation. We talked about you being right here, the seller being over there, 3 actives, 3 solds, and the subject property down at the bottom. That way they could see lowest price to highest price that was actually sold, lowest price to highest price was in Fantasyland, and then their property here. And now you've said, okay, you've explained why they're different, why this one's better, why this one's worse, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, you've said, so what price do you feel we should use to cause a buyer to choose your home over the competition? And then you went ahead and shut up. Remember, the one who speaks first loses, okay? Now, they've said, well, we think we're going to sell it for, let's say, 114, okay? Now, here, let's go off a couple presumptions, okay? So here we are at 114. Okay, or better yet, let's just make it a straight number, 115. Okay, 115. That's what they want for the home. Now, after your comparables, okay, you see that it's worth 95. Okay, so now we've got a pretty significant difference here. We got 20 grand. All right, and in this marketplace, $20,000 is a lot of money. And what we're talking about here is a 20% differential. All right, in terms of what the home will sell for, okay? A 20% overpriced listing is not going to do you any good. So remember in Tucson, okay, that the average price differential, the average price between the actual list price versus the sales price is only less than 5%. Okay, it's less than 5%. So if you're 20% off, you have zero chance of selling this property. So you now have got to go ahead and get this property priced properly. All right. Now, so what you say off by this is, well, based on what I'm seeing today, I'm going to recommend a price of $95,000. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, will you list your home with me at that price today? Now, I know it's hard to believe, but there will be some cases where they will actually tell you, no, we don't want to list it at 95 when they're thinking 115, okay? Hard to believe, but true. So how do we handle this? Well, we can't just sit there and say, well, you're wrong, you're stupid, you're wrong, you know, you're an idiot. You can't say any of that stuff, okay? You have to approach it from a perspective that they will understand, okay? People relate, okay? They make decisions based on emotion, okay? They make decisions based on emotion, and then they justify it using logic, okay? And if you doubt that, let me explain this to you. So you went out, better not you, me. I went out and I bought a car, okay? I love this car. It's a black Mustang. It's beautiful, 2010. I mean, I love that car. It was gorgeous, right? Jet black. I mean, looked fast. I mean, really nice, right? I wanted the car. Did I need the car? Absolutely not, okay? I already had a car. It was paid off, had no problems with it. You know, there's no reason why I need to have another car, all right? But I decided that I want the car. Now, so what I decided was, okay, I like the car, I want to buy it, all right? My logic that I use to go ahead and make that purchase, I said, okay, well, first, it's nice to have an extra, okay? I mean, what if my first car fails to start in the morning? I mean, I could use that, right? Another reason why I need to have that is because, well, let's see here. Oh, yeah, I deserve it, okay? I made a lot of money this year. Okay, that's another reason. Let's see, let's think of another reason why I bought that car. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see, it looks nice. Now to you and I, looking at this in retrospect, these are not really logical reasons, okay? But people rationalize an emotional decision, okay? So if you try to go ahead and say, well, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you want 115 for your home, okay? but the market comparables are only going to take 95,000, okay, then you're trying to appeal. Sorry about that. I have to kind of straddle this a little bit. The market's only going to, take 95. You're trying to appeal to their logic, all right? And that's just not going to be as effective as it could be. The way to make this effective, okay, is to go ahead and appeal to the emotional side of things first, all right? Now, continuing on with the script, we say, okay, well, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, what price do you absolutely have to have? Well, we absolutely have to have 115. Okay? Ouch. Based on that, okay, look at the facial expressions here. Ooh, ouch. Well, based on that, there's a couple real important questions I need to ask you. May I? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Okay, great. So, specifically, remember that here's that word again. We keep talking about it. Specifically, what causes you to believe that your home is worth $20,000 more than your neighbors? Okay? Because I got to sell this. Now, this is the way you want to present this to the seller. You want to be on their side. Okay? If you come in and you say, well, no, they'll never sell it. That's way overpriced. You'll never sell. You're not going to get the listing. Okay? Because now you're battling them. You want to be on their side. How do you get on their side? Agree with them. So you know what? I understand you want 115. And specifically, tell me, what specifically do you feel causes your home to be worth $20,000 more than your neighbors? I mean, tell me, if I'm going to sell the property, they're going to ask, and I need to tell them what you did, okay? So I'm going to get my pen out, I'm going to write it down, tell me what you did. Okay, well, we went ahead and we put in tile floors. Okay, great, tile floors. Okay, what else? Well, we did the kitchen upgraded. Okay, kitchen upgrade. Okay, what else did you do? Let's see, we put in new paint. Okay, new paint. And let's see, we put in the barbecue out in the backyard. Believe it or not, I had somebody tell me that one time. Barbecue in the back, okay? Great, okay. Is there anything else that you did to the house to cause it to be worth $20,000 more? No. Okay, so tile, kitchen upgrades, new paint, and a barbecue. Right, okay, good deal. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, in today's market, I mean, that simply means you brought the home up into selling standard. Okay? You got to act incredulous here. Like, oh my God, really? I mean, all homes need some kind of flooring, right? I mean, all homes need it. I mean, if they don't like tile because their heels hurt when they walk on it, they're going to put carpet in. So we can't really charge them for that, right? I mean, all homes need flooring. I mean, all homes in this price range have upgraded kitchens, okay, right? I mean, look at the comparables, right? I mean, and frankly, all homes, they need new paint or they need to have good paint, right? And frankly, I mean, your home in the backyard has got a barbecue, that's great, but isn't that kind of like the features, the GPS that we had on the other car? I mean, let me ask you a question. If a buyer wanted to buy your home, okay, but they wanted to rip out the tile or maybe paint it a different color, okay? How much value does it have to them, okay? Well, none. Exactly. Now, did you retile the house? Did you upgrade the kitchen? Did you put in the new paint? Did you put in the barbecue, to add value to the home for the next buyer? Or did you do it because you wanted to use it? Well, we wanted to do it for our own enjoyment. Okay, great. So then, if you were purchasing a home, okay, and one home is worth $115,000 is what they're asking for it, and a very similar home down the street, okay, is asking $95,000 for it, okay, which one would you buy? And be honest. Well, I guess we'd probably, buy the 95. I mean, yeah. I mean, wouldn't you want to use the extra $20,000? Wouldn't you want to use the other $20,000 to go ahead and do what you wanted to the home? Well, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. And don't you think most buyers are just like you? Well, I suppose so. Okay, great. So that's why, again, I'm going to recommend a price of $95,000. Will you list your home with me at that price tonight? Okay? Smile and shut up. Now look, you took the emotion side, all right, and you said, I gotta sell this. Help me, tell me, I need to know. You're acting interested, you're writing everything down, okay? You get all of that stuff out. And then once you've done that, then you can start ripping up each one of these individually. Another way you can handle this is to say, okay, so the tile, how much did the tile cost you? Oh, well, that cost us, $5,000 to do the tile. Okay, great. In the kitchen, when you put the kitchen an upgrade on that, how much did that cost? Oh, well, that costs another $5,000. Okay. And how much did the new paint cost? Oh, well, that cost $2,500. Okay. And the barbecue, how much did that cost? Oh, that costs about $350. Okay, good deal. All right. So what I'm seeing here is $350. Okay. Let's see, 12,000, or let's see, $12,850. Okay, that's how much upgraded you put into this. It's $12,850. Okay, and when did you put that in? About 5 years ago. Okay, and now you're charging 20 grand for it? Huh? How does that work? You see, when you start off with the emotional part of things, having them explain it, and you go one of two ways. Either the first way I described, didn't you just do these things for your own self-enjoyment? Or you go the other way I described, by numbering it out, exactly how much dollars and cents they spent versus what they're asking for. Either way you go, that's when you started doing the logic part of it, okay? To go ahead and cause them. Emotion makes people make decisions, and logic causes them to think. All right? You want somebody to do something, act on emotion. If you want somebody to think about it, give them reasons. Okay? You want action, give them emotion. All right? Tell them. I mean, wouldn't you want to spend that other $20,000 on something? Oh, don't other buyers feel the same way? Of course they do. That's why I'm going to go ahead and recommend again the price of $20,000. Okay, so you get the point. Anyway, that's how you finish up the CMA portion and then answering any questions that they may have with regards to the listing presentation. So in the previous sections, I recommend that you go ahead and review it, okay? Also on Sell More Homes Now channel, we also have the listing presentation, a mock presentation that's been given. I don't recall what the fellow's name is, but it's very good. It's taped so you can see there exactly how it works. So that's the listing presentation. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to go ahead and rate, comment, and subscribe in the section below. And we look forward to talking to you soon. You have a powerful selling day. Bye-bye.